Hello guys, welcome back to our Q&A series part 5. My name is Sumit Rai and I'm the founder and director of EU Gateway. Let's get started with the first question of the day. So in today's video, the first question is, does an undergraduate student in Germany get sufficient time for self-studies if she doing a part-time job to cover some of his expenses? Now, it really depends on its student situation. Student can get a part-time job in Germany, definitely even at undergrad level, but depending on the course load and the subject the student has picked, you really need to decide whether it leaves him or her with sufficient time to do part-time job. Usually, part-time jobs are usually possible over the weekends because you have those 2 days off. 5 days studies are rigorous at German universities. Once again, depending on what kind of studies you are into. If you are into medicine study, if you are into engineering study, or if you're into management study, and what kind of workload do you have to accordingly divide your time so that you can spare some time to work part-time if making an additional money for your expenses is a necessity. But on the other side, if you are comfortable with the finances, then I would say for the initial years where there is a heavy workload in terms of projects, submissions, your exams, your workshops, your visits to various companies, you would be left with very less time to do this part-time job. Think wisely, plan accordingly depending on the time you have in your hand, and then decide whether part-time job would be a perfect fit for you to start with or not. The next question for the day is, can an average student get admission in Germany for masters in automobile engineering? It really depends what you mean by average student. If you talk about 60% marks as an average student with not much of projects, internships, or any other qualification, then at a public university, it is absolutely difficult to get an admission in automobile engineering. The public university requires minimum 70% or 2.5 GPA on German grading scale. This 2.5 GPA is equivalent to 70% on Indian grading system. So if you have anything which is less than 2.5 GPA, it makes your admission to public universities extremely difficult. An average student with 60% or 65% marks has a better choice to get into a private university in Germany and study automobile engineering. However, there are very selected private universities which offer program in automobile engineering. And since education in Germany is free, most of the students would like to join public universities, but an average student would find it difficult to get into. The other way to look this around is if you can improve your status from average student to a good student. Getting your grades in your bachelor's is one topic. If you can add on with a good GRE score, a good ELTS or TOEFL score, have some internships, some projects which you might have done, learn German language up to A2 level, then it really helps in improving your overall profile, and then you can take chances to apply for this master's program in automobile engineering at the German public universities. The admission cannot be guaranteed regardless of all these other topics which I have just mentioned, and if you can do this or good at it, but it definitely gives you a choice to at least make an attempt. And do not keep your choices of universities to only 3 or 4 or 5, but apply to around 10 to 15 universities which accept students with even 3 GPA but having all these additional topics in place. So German language would be crucial. Your IELTS would be crucial, GRE would be crucial, your internships during your bachelor's would be crucial, some projects which you have done would be crucial, and on top, if you have published a research paper or if you can do a research and publish it in international journal, then I think it really improves your chances to get into this automobile engineering masters at a German public university. But if you are fine, you do not want to do any of these topics which I have mentioned, you want to go into it as it is with the profile you have in hand, then you can try private university, and they would be more likely to give you an admission to study this program in Germany. Third question for the day is, how can I get a conditional letter for M course Studienkolleg from a German university? Now, to get a conditional letter for Studienkolleg, you need to have two major topics in mind. One is you need to have 90%, at least 90% and above in your class 12, followed by C1 level, minimum C1 level. You can go up to C2, but then minimum C1 level of German language and Goethe certificate. So C1 level with Goethe certificate, or you can have test staff or DSH as a recognized test providers from Germany. You need to have these two. You need to have this certificate from these providers. 90% in your class 12 and C1 level German language certificate from either Goethe or test staff or DSH. Once you have these two requirements fulfilled, you research the universities which are offering medicine courses in Germany, and then you apply. As a first step, you apply to these universities and ask them for an invitation. If you fulfill the criteria, then they will send you the invite. Once they send you the invite, then you are asked to appear for an entrance exam. This is known as Aufnahmeprüfung, which is similar to, for example, our NEET exam in India or JEE exams, mains and advanced. So if you pass this Aufnahmeprüfung, the so-called entrance test for Studienkolleg, then you get to study the M course foundation in Germany. And if you then, it's for a year, and if you then pass this M course, you are allowed into a medicine program in Germany, and you would study entirely in German language, and your entire studies would be free, including your M course Studienkolleg. It's free of cost if you get into a public university, and followed by medicine studies in Germany. So absolutely free. It's an initial year of hard work if you could do, learning C1 language, and of course with your 90% in your 12th class. This would fulfill the criteria to study in medicine program in Germany. Great, thank you. I think this brings us to the end of series 5 for our continuous Q&A videos, which we are bringing to you. For more questions like this, do comment in our comment section, or you can get in touch directly with any of our team member or directly to me to get your questions answered. And do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube or various social media handles. The links are rightly given here. You can note it down, and yeah, we look forward in our next video. Thank you very much for now, and see you soon.